Okay, we have some breaking news on the baby Emmanuel, who's been missing for over a week now. Just a few days ago, the parents of this infant 7 month old baby that has gone missing was arrested. We're finding out that family members say that they haven't seen this baby for about a month. But according to Rebecca Haro and Jake Haro, the parents of Emmanuel Haro, Emmanuel was just kidnapped last week. But everyone has been suspicious of these two from the very beginning since Rebecca's account of what happened that day, where a man approached her while changing a baby's diaper in a parking lot, said "Hola" before knocking her out and taking her child. Since Emmanuel's disappearance, the couple has had children taken away, their home searched, where we've heard speculation that investigators found residue in the couple's home. We did see forensics there, we've seen CSI there. If they have found anything like that, it's going to take a little bit, but they will run DNA and figure out what that residue was that they found in the home. A day after they were arrested, investigators focused on a remote field in Moreno Valley. That was on August 24th, and Jake was spotted in his jail attire assisting investigators. Of course, this makes you wonder if Jake has decided to work with the investigators, as he has had to deal with something similar to this in his past, where he had a daughter that was abused by him and his girlfriend at the time so bad that they didn't think the child would live past a week. She was a miracle. She survived, but what we're learning is years later, she can't walk, she can't talk, and she's blind. Jake's cousin ended up adopting his daughter and taking care of her, and she will need to be cared for her entire life. And at the time of this incident, she was only 10 weeks old, and she was the most beautiful baby. Jake ended up pleading guilty to willful child cruelty after his daughter was admitted to the hospital with broken bones back in 2018. Now, doctors that treated Promise said that she had an acute fractured rib, and she had several, at least six fractured ribs that had healed from previous inner, um, excuse me, injuries. She also had a skull fracture, a brain hemorrhage, and that's not all, guys. She had a swelling of the neck and also had a healing fractured leg bone. Now, this means that that baby had been injured before the last injury that sent her to the hospital. And it wasn't just physical abuse that Promise endured, she also had nutritional neglect. When she caught wind of this story that Jake Haro's child disappeared, she had a bad feeling. First of all, if a man is been convicted for something that horrendous, why the heck is he allowed to be around children? This totally baffles me. This is a huge mistake and a huge problem within our entire country, to be honest. I have seen this time and time again where parents have been accused of abusing their children, and they don't take them away. They don't do anything to protect the children until it's way too late. Now, there's a story that I'm covering, following right now, Summer Wells. Now, these are not the greatest parents, but they have no history of abusing their children. Their child goes missing. They're accusing the parents, or at least suspicious, but didn't follow the leads that the dogs were basically showing that her scent led from the house when she disappeared to the road. They've harassed the father, arrested him, and have not looked into the proper places, I believe, to find answers and locate or figure out what happened to Summer Wells. This happened in Tennessee, and they ended up actually taking the rest of the kids in that household away from them and now are trying to adopt them out. And so this isn't a perfect family, but they have not been shown to be abusive. Not at all. They were just poverty stricken parents trying to make the best of their lives that they've been given and had their children taken away. But then you have this guy right here who has been convicted for horrendous crimes against his own child. Yet he's allowed to be around a newborn baby. Guys, if you've not followed the Summer Wells case, you need to follow that case because there's something incredibly wrong with that case. Now back to Emmanuel's story. His dad, Jake Haro, he has an attorney, and the attorney said that he wants to cooperate with police and handed over all his electronics and passwords before he was arrested. Now we see him out here cooperating with police, trying to locate something. And most of us are speculating it's most likely the missing infant. And what we're hearing is that the mom, Rebecca Haro, who we would expect would have been the first one to come forward since she gave birth to the child, is still maintaining that first initial story she went with, that while she was in a parking lot at the Big Five, she was changing the baby's diaper when someone approached her and said, "Hola," knocked her out and took her child. There's been a few reporters that say that investigators are searching for the infant's remains, and you can see that they were talking about the areas of where he thought mostly they should look for whatever it is. And then you start to see them do a spread out search. They seem to have mapped out an area they want to look. And right now, we just don't know the results, but they're saying they have found nothing so far. It's really interesting. So Jake Haro is 32 and Rebecca is 41. So right now I'm just waiting on updates. Do you guys think that Jake Haro should have been around children after that first incident with his daughter? Share your thoughts below, guys. I've got to go, but I'm going to try to work on Life Beyond the Grave, get something out for you guys on that one. I love you guys. We hope that they find this baby and justice prevails, and I'll see you guys soon.